financial survival network, helping you survive and thrive in the new economy. Go to CarrieLutz.com and sign up for 30 free micro trainings on financial survival.
This show is now brought to you by Miles Franklin. And when it comes to protecting your wealth, you know there's nothing better than gold and silver. That's what I'm buying. I hope you're doing the same. And once you make the decision to buy gold and silver, there's no better place than Miles Franklin. Look, they've been in business 22 years. And the reason I'm a customer is because when you buy, they ship. Go to milesfranklin.com or call them at 800-822-8080 to get a free quote. 1490 WGCH, this is Carrie Lutz, and you're listening to the Financial Survival Network. And it's time for another Triple Lutz Report. You know that I live in New York, the People's Republic of New York State. And when it comes to the nanny state, when it comes to politicians who think they know what you should be doing better than you do, who think that they know what's best for you, and not only do they think they know, but they're willing to pass laws, implement policies that force you to accept their superior knowledge for your well-being, well, you know who I'm about to start talking about. None other than Mayor Michael Bloomberg, a.k.a. Nanny Bloomberg, Mayor of New York City. He is the Uber nanny when it comes to people who think that you shouldn't be eating fast food, that you're eating way too much salt, your salt intake is too high, your carbohydrate intake is too high, you shouldn't be smoking cigars or cigarettes. Nanny Bloomberg, he takes the cake. What he's done now is just beyond the pale. It is the most absurd, idiotic decision that I have ever seen a politician make in my 54 years, and that covers a lot of ground. There's a temple in New York City, Upper West Side Orthodox Synagogue, and they've been donating food for over a decade. They bring in freshly cooked surplus foods from the synagogue events, and they bring it to a homeless shelter. And the food is good. It's what the congregation eats. And now, New York City homeless shelters are no longer allowed to accept donations from the public. They're banned. And the commissioner, the DHS, Department of Human Services, Seth Diamond, says that this is consistent with Mayor/Nanny Bloomberg's improving nutrition for all New Yorkers. And a new interagency document controls what can be served, the serving sizes at these shelters, as well as salt, fat, and calorie contents. Plus fiber as well, because they want the homeless to be regular. This is important. And the city says there's safety issues, food safety issues with the donations, but it's obvious that this is all about Nanny Bloomberg because he knows better than the homeless what they should be eating. It was just a complete outrage. Totally outrageous. There's just no justification for this. But this is what happens when you are living in a state, in a country that goes ever, ever closer to totalitarianism. You have petty bureaucrats making decisions for you, for your children, what you should eat. The next thing is probably going to force them to drug the homeless so they get 8 hours of sleep every day, because we all know that when you get 8 hours of sleep, you're much better rested, and they'll be able to be better homeless citizens if they're well rested. Then it's grooming habits. We'll be on to that. And maybe that isn't so bad either. I don't know the answer to it, but what I can tell you is that Bloomberg has gone way, way past of what could possibly be considered reasonable to really fight people, fight their better nature. When I have extra food in the house, I have taken it to a shelter on occasion, or I've given it to homeless on the streets. And what's wrong with that? I feel if it's good enough for me to eat, it's probably good enough for them as well. And what is the food that they're serving? It's probably some government surplus cheese. It's probably plastic government pizza. It's probably meals ready to eat, the stuff that they give to the military out in the field when they don't have access to catering facilities. But the thing is that this policy will decrease contributions. It will wind up increasing the city's cost for providing food to the homeless, and it serves no beneficial purpose. So if McDonald's wanted to come along and donate all their surplus food in the city would turn them down because Nanny doesn't think homeless people should be eating unhealthy food. And then you get into the whole debate of what is healthy and what isn't. You know, when I was a kid, my mother used to feed me chopped chicken liver that was swimming in chicken fat. Now, that probably is the worst thing in the world for you, but heck, it tasted really good. As a kid, it probably didn't do a lot of harm to me. I've dramatically curtailed my intake of chopped chicken liver, not because I'm on a health kick, but because it's really hard to find anyone who makes it good. You know, it's hard to measure up to your mother's standards. The point here is that the city shouldn't be setting standards for charity. Obviously, you shouldn't be donating food that is spoiled or close to spoiling, but if it's good enough for the donor to eat, then it certainly should be good enough for the recipient, the charitable recipient, to eat. And Nanny, get out of our lives. Don't run for mayor again, whatever you do. We don't want you. You aren't a fun person. I can't eat salt. I can't eat sugary drinks, especially if I get food stamps. Food stamps, don't even think of getting a bottle of Coke. You're banned. There's no fun here. The guy, like most liberals, are enemies of fun. They don't want you to enjoy your life. They want you to live your life according to some narrowly defined path that they themselves can't even follow. That's what it's all about. It's hypocrisy. It is mind control. It is behavioral control. And it is the nanny state coming to a homeless shelter near you soon. This has been another Triple Lutz Report. Kerry Lutz, signing off.